I don't want to sensationalize this or sound crazy, but I think former Hazelton area high school wrestler and current triathlete Timmy Samick is a superhero. Mild-mannered grad student by day, do-good strongman when he clocks out. Dude checks a lot of the superhero boxes. Super strength, check. Has access to a lab, check. Has interesting backstory with some adversity, check. Does a lot of good for others, check. I can feel some of you rolling your eyes at me, so let's examine this further. Timmy Samick was a champion wrestler at the Hazelton area high school with over 100 career wins. He eventually became a triathlete and twice represented Team USA at the Triathlon World Championships. He was a member of the club wrestling team at Clemson University and also coached the squad. Needless to say, he stays in shape and pushes his body as he trains for more long-distance triathlon events and Ironman competitions.
Usually when you think that things are starting to go downhill and you feel terrible, that's just your mind telling you that. And really, you're only about 40% there. You still have about 60% left to give. So I don't know. I continuously go back to, building my mental strength and my mental toughness through wrestling. Sorry, that's my cat.
Cool, cute cat sidekick. Anyway, back to the story.
If you continuously train yourself to do something, if you continuously train your mind to do something, there will come a certain point where you don't even have to think about it anymore. So like when you hit that wall or you feel yourself hitting that wall, sometimes it just doesn't even become a wall anymore.
I mean, I swear I've heard Batman say something just like that. In less words, of course, and with that deep, "I'm Batman" voice. Samick uses his athletic alter ego to help him in the lab as he's doing cancer research.
The type of work that I do, and most days, things fail. So, I think about times where I'd be in the wrestling room and I'd be getting my head beaten in constantly for a half hour, but you gotta keep getting up. Yeah, you get a break for a couple minutes, then guess what? You got another half hour getting your head beat in. Still got to get up, still got to keep moving. So it's the same thing here. Things don't work all the time. Something didn't work for me 2 days ago, and I've been doing that thing for the past 3 years. Sometimes things go wrong, and you just got to keep moving, figure it out. That's the biggest thing. Figure out what went wrong, so it doesn't continually happen. I mean, it will for some things, but you just got to pick up and move on.
So yeah, we've moved on to has access to a lab. Samick is a PhD candidate at Clemson University in the Department of Bioengineering and works in the Nanobiotechnology Lab. This stuff is real, I'm not pulling it from a Marvel movie script. His research focuses on treating ovarian cancer. Here's a brief, simplified so I can understand it description of what he does.
We develop things very, very small like peptides, peptide hydrogels, liposomes, which are like small, tiny little nanoparticles essentially made of lipids that you can load with different types of drugs, different types of gene therapy, and deliver them to cancer cells that we use to test and see how the things are working, that could eventually, depending on their ability to be translated to the clinic into a patient, can be used for personalized medicine, specific for people who have a certain type of gene expression that's higher than another patient with the same cancer type. Just extremely personalized medicine and can be delivered systemically with much less off-target, really, really bad side effects that you see with regular chemotherapy or radiation therapy.
I feel like we all need a moment to let that sink in, so here's a picture of another one of Samick's cats. Just before the coronavirus changed everyone's life in the United States, Samick had his own world altered.
So yeah, in February I was diagnosed with stage 1 testicular cancer. I had surgery, and it gave me time to reflect and think about, all right, these are the real important things that I have going on in my life. These are the important situations that I need to pay attention to, and things outside of my control that I have no say in whether it happens or not. I need to try and limit how much time and energy and just mental commitment and emotional commitment I give to it, because too much will drain me, and then I won't have the energy and the focus to do the things that are important. I'm just very lucky to be able to be doing what I'm still doing, back on the bike, riding, running, swimming, in the lab. It's ironic because I work on the exact gender opposite cancer type. It's always about how you respond, how do you react to it. You can either go down the pipe, put your mind in the complete gutter and just throw it all away, say, oh, well, this is done, this happened to me, this is it. Or can do the exact opposite. Put things in order, see, okay, this is what's important, this is what I need to do right now, this is what I need to take care of in order to come out of this a better person than what I went in, and I keep moving forward with everything and all my goals that I set out to do.
Now healthy and back to training, Samick is helping raise money for cancer research by participating in the Lovelo bike ride to benefit the Hollings Cancer Center at the Medical University of South Carolina. This year's event is being held virtually.
But it's pretty much just go out, you ride, you run, anywhere from the beginning of August through November 4th, I believe it is, and just try to accumulate as many miles as possible. And you log it all on this app called Strava. It's a GPS fitness tracking app. And there's a group for Lovelo on there, so they keep track of everybody. But yeah, so I committed to 1,700 miles this year. Pretty much, honestly, all I really did is took, my average monthly cycling totals and just put them all together and added a couple hundred extra miles in.
Go to lovelo.org, click donate, and then search for Samick's name to donate to the cause. So there you have it, my case that Timmy Samick is a superhero. Well, I guess there is one more thing. If he really is a superhero, there's probably something from our interview that I can use for a pretty cool post-credits scene. We'll see. So I saw you post this photo recently, and I was just curious what memories it brings back.
This was funny. It came up in my throwback whatever review on Facebook, and I'm like, oh my goodness, who let that hair happen? But that was during the whole craze. All the High School Musical stuff was out, and everyone was in love with all the look, and everyone had hair like that. Maybe not everyone. I had a blast in high school. High school was incredible. Just thinking about like how far I came personally from my freshman year through my senior year, not just with athletics, but seeing myself grow as a person, and then eventually where I am today. I'm thinking like that was nowhere on my radar back in high school. So if there's any kids in high school right now watching this, don't fixate yourself on one goal. It's absolutely fine if things don't work out, because you never know where you'll end up.